Hey guys, Prepare Mentality here. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about water storage in your homes. When I first started storing water, I had no clue why I stored water. I at first started storing water underneath my bed and underneath my bathroom sink and in our basement, but I had no clue why I was doing it. I just had this hunch of storing water, and I only realized that having water was a necessity because we had a hurricane hit our state, and our town was flooded. There were trees and power lines down. The local stores were out of water because the water utility companies couldn't turn on the water sources for people to get water in their houses. And even for people who have the well water but use electricity for their pumps, you guys still can't use your water unless you have a backup generator. So my mother was looking for water all over the place, and she couldn't find any water. And I was like, Ma, I have water underneath my cabinet and underneath my bed. And she was thinking I'm crazy. But it came in handy. It came in handy when we needed it, when we needed to drink purified water and we needed to clean ourselves for hygiene and cooking. So that's when I realized how essential storing water was for us. My cousins used to make fun of me because they would come over and we would be playing and doing our own thing on the games and stuff, but they would see I had water storage underneath my bed, and they would make jokes a lot of times. But anyway, these 1 gallon water jugs are great if you want to use a large amount of water for cooking, for cleaning, bathing, things like that. And the water bottles I use the water bottles generally just for drinking purposes. If it's a real emergency, you'll use it for anything, of course. But I want to save these specifically for drinking. And for you guys who are just starting, getting ready for emergencies and preparing, you can start off with the water bottles, and get, when you go to the store, get another case of water every time you go, just like you do with your canned goods. So you go to the store, get another canned good, or you can go to the store and get the 1 gallon water jug. So basically, you can store these anywhere where you have storage, underneath your bed, of course. And if you have a basement, you don't want to put these in sunlight, direct sunlight. Don't put it in a room where you have sunlight coming in and it could hit your waters directly because it can go bad and create algae. But if you have the storage to store water, it's a very good thing. Recently, we had our water plant go out. They had something wrong with their filters, so we still had water coming out of the tap, but it was contaminated. We couldn't use it. So that happened for about 2 weeks. And because I had water, I wasn't worried about it. But our town sent messages out on Facebook and the local news saying, if you don't have water, you can pick up water at the school or at the fire department. And they were giving cases of water out like this. But me and my family, we were okay because we had cases of water at home. We had 1 gallon jugs for hygiene and cooking. So we didn't have to go out of our way into, the chaos to get bottles of water for our family. So just something to think about. You never know when your water will shut off, or if it's an accident that happens, or if your water gets contaminated. A lot of things happen before your tap water gets to your house or your home. That's if you have city water. If you have well water, you know exactly where it's coming from. You guys on the homestead, you know exactly what you're doing. You got the well water most likely. So it's not for you guys. This is for the people who are just starting out, who are living in apartments or in a college dorm or in a house, and they don't know what to do. They don't have any water storage. So this video is for you guys. And also, we have the emergency purified drinking water. Now these little guys are awesome. I put these basically wherever I can fit them, in my bags, in my go bag, in my car. There's some in the house. Anywhere where I can fit one of these packets in there, it's just good to have, because you never know when you might get thirsty. I mean, I don't drink these for thirst a lot of times, but it can help in a pinch. And also, these things are good if you don't have a lot of room in your house or in your apartment. These come in boxes, so they're very easy to store underneath the bed, in the basement, in a cabinet somewhere if you don't have the room to store big water gallon jugs, or if you don't want to take the cases. These guys are your next choice. So definitely think about this stuff. Some things to key in here, to think about. You want to store at least 1 gallon of water per person, per day. So the average person will use a half a gallon of this just for drinking. So you have to think about that. You're going to drink half of this a day, and that could go up a lot if you're doing a lot of work. You know, if you're doing stuff outside, if you're on a farm, or if you're doing workouts and stuff, getting your gains, you're going to drink a lot more water than this. So you just have to think about the logistics of it. Think about how much you need for yourself and your family, especially if you have children or if you have elderly people in your home, nursing mothers, sick people, that they're going to need a lot of water to hydrate. So just think about those things, you know. And extreme heat. If it's, 95 degrees outside in some states, you're going to drink a lot more water than 1 gallon a day. Most likely, if you're on a good cycle. Medical emergencies, these are great for medical emergencies. Actually, these are great for medical emergencies. You can open it and pour. Also, water bottles, great for that stuff. And you want to store at least 3 days worth of supplies of water, if you can. Store at least 3 days, or extend it to a week, and then extend that week to 2 weeks. And then before you know, you have a month of water storage. Again, if you have the storage. If you don't have the storage, don't worry about it. If your supplies is there and you know that it's there, it's a comfort. Like I said, when we had our water contaminated from our tap, it was a comfort for us. We didn't have to get all out of whack because we had to go somewhere and find water and look for it and search. It was right there in our home, in our apartment, or in storage, or in the basement, somewhere where you can find it, somewhere where it's clean, it's pure, and you're not, going out there in the chaos to look for water for you and your family. And again, just some things to think about. Start off small. Go to the store, get 1 case of water every time you go to the store, or 1 gallon jug every time you go to the store. Simple things to think about. Please don't disregard the water storage, because it's very important when it comes to emergency preparedness and emergencies. And when things don't go our way, water is gold for our bodies. So, like I said, guys, be safe, be healthy, stay blessed. It's Prepare Mentality.